start streaming. That's what I want you to do. Right. Are you going to behave on the YouTubes, or am I going to have to restart? Reload it. And it is now going. That's coming through there. That end. There we go. YouTube's been really weird at the moment. 2 streams now in a row where it's just like, you know what? I'm not actually going to show anything going on. Right, well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Satisfactory, where yesterday I did some early prep work for the second mega factory, which was going to be in a different place to where it is now. So that's where my bauxite line is going to be coming from. So this is going to be for nuclear pasta, which unfortunately isn't as tasty as it sounds. Today I want to start setting up a little bit more infrastructure for the mega factory, building this out, starting to clear some of this stuff away and replacing it with something that's actually going to be quite useful. Basically, this entire factory needs to be shuffled slightly over here and connected up here. And if you wanted to know if any of this was on the world grid, the answer is no, because I don't use the world grid. Actually, this factory was actually built on the world grid, so I could have built this one on the world grid if I'd wanted to, but the reason why I didn't was because the angle would be wrong on how it was going to be sitting on here, and mostly because I forgot the world grid existed, but never mind that. Certainly this could be sort of fixed up a little bit. So for me, it's all about how stuff looks. I don't want floating things wherever possible, so everything should be sort of put in like this, and then we can also screen it off with a little bit of wall, like so. I like the I like having a little bit of a bump there. That's fine, but I think the material might look better as just all concrete. Yeah, I think that will look quite good. I can continue that on elsewhere. But yeah, so the mega factory is basically going to be loading stuff into the... So this is going to be making the fused modular frames. I will need the aluminium from over there and the heavy modular frame from there, and pumping it into this thing, and then yeah, stuff is made. So with that, I think what we can do is we can build in the heavy modular frame bits here. Also, I could move that radio tower up here. So I've still got a radio tower up here. Where is it? Radio tower is in a strange location. It's an organisation, so, and everything is just kind of being roped together at the moment with power poles, because it's easier to do it that way for the moment. I could put in a little house here. So the mega factories for me have become this blend of functionality and form for me. So just a little sort of place like this just helps make it look better, you know. And then we can do some architecture. We can put these in. We can put this on the zoop mode, so we can build these out nice and easily. We can also mix in a tarp one. And yeah, these things, as far as I'm concerned, are not instrumental to the base's function at all. But they do just give it a bit of a sense of this is not just a factory. Hold on, where's... got no door. Hold on, let me add a door to here. Just offset it a bit. Now we've just got this little warehouse. I'm going to put in a glass roof in the center bits. And I'm going to put in... You can tell I've unlocked some new stuff because I'm using a lot more of this stuff just to make it look... I know, that looks so much better than just having it blank or just having this radar tower here. Certainly I can do a little bit more with the cabling just to maybe hide it away a little bit. We could do a double wall outlet like here. Just remove that cable. So it goes up there, and then we can do maybe like another double wall outlet here. That can be connected to the power pole. And then that can just be connected up to there. So this is what I mean, just kind of putting in a few little bits and pieces just to make it a little bit more homely, I guess. That's kind of what I've been trying to do a little bit more of. The factories, to me, aren't just things, you know, they're a little bit more than just things. So I'm moving this one up here now. The interesting thing about this is that I'm going to have to move some things around. Hold on. Manufacturers is what I want. So the midpoint is here. However, I want it back this way so that I can put this in here. And I've actually got some things since last time. So I was currently using that one, which is just the standard one. If I added rubber, I could get that crafting recipe down instead of screws. Actually, is it? What's it got instead of? Instead of pipes, it's got rubber. This one is basically a similar recipe, only instead of screws it's using concrete. I'm going to go with that one. I do have ways of making concrete stuff better, I think. I think if I mix it with quartz at the moment, I can do that. And I'm going to put in the standard industrial storage depot with a dimensional depot on top. I can pinch that one for now. I can do that. I will also grab some concrete out of here. We can start making up some concrete stuff. And just down here. I didn't have the stuff in my inventory to pick up all of it. So this will be just split so that I'm keeping some in reserve because it is a crafting component, I believe. Actually, I don't need this. I don't need that. All I need is to make sure that I've just got some in reserve in my dimensional depot. So there we go. So that's that one moved. And that will all sort of break apart. Next up, how do I want this to run? So I need all of these things. Well, I can do so. I can move some of these things. So can do that one into there. That one into there. That one into there. So we have these. Right. If I do a conveyor left down by one. Hold on. So like that, I think, and then we can do 1, 2, 3, and then is that, that's just the one. And then we can go back this way. And in fact, I've done the wrong ones. I need to do these ones just so they match up with the with that. Again, quite a lot of this stuff is how it looks. It's why I have an ugly factory. In my book, anyway. I know that some people don't really care about the looks of things, which is fine. But I like to have a good factory. In fact, that is that quartz? No, that's copper ore. I'm going to need that anyway. And that's going to be fun because yeah, in order to make nuclear pasta, I'm going to need copper. In fact, there's no reason why I can't grab that now. And that's going to be going down here. This factory is just going to be... Just throw this in now. So I have some recipes. I have quite a few recipes now. But one of the things that I have is something called leached copper. You may wonder why I'm putting in refineries to do copper. That's because if I can get sulfuric acid down here, just completely failed to, then I can do leached copper, I believe. Yeah. And I've actually got recipes for iron and caterium instead as well. Basically, instead of doing a 1-to-1 conversion, I actually get 110 per minute out of these, which is just obviously better. So that's kind of what I want to be leading in towards doing. Neaten all this up later, but for the moment I'll just get these bits in where I want these to go, because then I can start thinking about where the train is going in. Because the best place I can think of to get sulfur from is on the other side of the map. Is there a better place for me to get sulfur from? There. It's an impure vein though. That one's probably going to be neat. The best place to get sulfur from is wait a minute. Here. I don't have a radio tower in the area. But there's a whole bunch of sulfur veins here. Well, actually, and that's already hooked up with a train in mind. So, in theory, I could run a train through the swamp. Let's not do that. Well, I could do that. Yes, the best place would be to run a train through the swamp. and then I can hook up with the already existing infrastructure that's down there, run the train up, again using all the existing infrastructure that's already there, and then that would take me to the wrong place because I'm not over here, I'm over here. So the best place wouldn't be through the swamp, it would be through the grasslands here. So it would be going round here, up here, there's very little existing infrastructure around here. Down here, through here, and then up here. That wouldn't actually be that bad because I will have existing infrastructure if I go along with the plan to move this by rail. And upgrading this, all this stuff to move by rail as well. That wouldn't be that would be all right. Okay. There's a plan, or at least concepts of one. Okay, so go into here. We go around here and so on and so forth to go up to that one. It's all very sloppy at the moment. But it's one. I'm in that stage of just get stuff down, and then I can neaten stuff up later when I know what it's meant to sort of look like. There we go. So that's running in copper. That will be run into there. I might be able to find a nearer sulfur vein, at least for the moment. You know, just to run, I could just run, say, a truck or something down there, at least just to sort of start crafting things up. There's one there, actually. I wonder how, I mean, it's purity normal. It's right next to a water supply as well. There's a whole bunch over there as well, that from the sounds of those pings. Right, okay, that does change things as well. We could do a sulfur production there, and then potentially use the existing train line to bring the sulfur up. Okay, that's doable. And then we would then need to put it, I think, into a constructor. It's a strange feeling. To make copper powder, here we go. We need 300 a minute. 30 copper ingots makes 5 copper powder. Which means that I've not got enough of these, so we need 45 a minute from that. I'm doing maths. We're doing 120. I need a calculator. Flip this over to the other screen. So 45 times. Oh no. 120 divided by 45. I can do 2.6 per vein. If I put this in, I can do 300 a minute. Divided by 45. So each one of these miners running at full pelt can handle 6 of these. Well, thereabouts, it's 6.66 recurring. So that will be enough copper, and then that will be producing an awful lot more. Right. Okay, well, good to know. This can all be hooked up later. I'm currently just sort of grey boxing stuff out. This needs to be... I need more cable. Why do I need more cable? Don't go to the crafting bench. I have a crafting bench over here I can use. I set this up. This is a larger warehouse. I want to put useful stuff in warehouses. wherever possible. Just to make stuff look better, rather than leaving it out everywhere. Just use up some of this stuff. I should also build a thingamajig to get rid of stuff. Need to do that. The awesome sync, which means I need the cable anyway for that. So I'll just leave that on for a minute. This game is incredible. It just kind of keeps grabbing me. That and Pacific Drive. It's kind of interesting because I bought Frostpunk. I love Frostpunk 1, first one, and the second one's just not grabbed me in the same way. I think because there's so much you have to think about all the time, and I don't really remember that with the first one. I think this is an offset thing, so I mean this could be like a centerpiece, or it could be this way around. This way around. That way around looks good. You can then put in a storage container like here maybe. And then just need to add in some power for it. Which will just be putting that. The reason why I wanted that is because I do have some stuff on me that I do just need to get rid of, and it's better to awesome sync it. Really. And just craft it up that little bit extra. I'm syncing quite a lot of just excess stuff to keep stuff running, and I am aware that I'm going to have to rework one of my other facilities that was making supercomputers and now is kind of redundant. Ooh, I have a hard drive scan. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. That one is fine. Hold on. I'm currently doing the first option, which is 5 a minute. I don't really know why you would necessarily... When you get 2 out of it, I'm still going for wet concrete because I need that for what I'm doing now, which is over here. Actually, that comes at a good time because I was about to do not the correct thing. Of course, I need more of these. Thankfully, I've just got a crafting bench here. Really liking this hover pack, by the way. It's I am to a point where I can just like place cables down if I need cables. Right, it is too tall for what I currently had in mind. Hold on. What I could do though is I think I could just put it here. And then we can make a bit of a thing about, hey, this thing is here. So I'm going to have 2 of these refineries. Which means I need to make more of more stuff. So mega factory construction for me will just kind of keep going like this, where I'm slowly putting together all the various pieces, and it will sort of build up to the point where all of those pieces will sort of just come together, really. So, you know, that the particle accelerator, I will need to work out at some point where that's actually going. So I'm not entirely sure where yet. It is fairly huge. So if you've not seen the particle accelerator, I will build one just so that it's sort of built. So this is the particle accelerator. You can make nuclear pasta out of it and plutonium. I'm going to be using it to make that. And it's got a really variable power sway on it. So before I want to start this thing up, I'm going to need to build Mega Factory number 3, which will be a turbo fuel or potentially even rocket fuel powered facility. Rather than, well, there will be nuclear, but the nuclear is elsewhere at the moment. It is in a swamp, which is an interesting place to be. I'm just gonna do a little bit of decoration. Because I want to, as I said, I wanted to make a bit of a thing about this. You know, this is a thing that's here, and it's big and safe because I've put up these things so somebody can't accidentally jump over it. You know, and then we're going to be using wet concrete and wet concrete. By combining limestone with water, I get 4 concrete. The standard recipe is 3 limestone for 1 concrete. So I'll be producing that a lot faster, maybe. But it's 80 a minute anyway. I do need to find a place where I can hook this into. That's not that one. They're all over the place, so it's just a case of there's one over there. And I will also need to just drop one of these down to make things. Portable miners. I also need to stretch the power down here because otherwise I'm going to run out. Ooh, there's a summer slope up there. Trying to collect some of these to make the power. It's like a power enhancer or something. Basically, you hook it up to the power grid and it makes more power for free. So yeah, there's no reason not to do that. I think we can land. And of course I need to make more of these. I don't think I've got these hooked up to into a dimensional drive, and I probably should. I thought I did. Which means that somewhere along the way, it's whatever production I did have is shut down. Which is probably down in the grasslands somewhere, which is a bit of a trek to go to work out what's going on with that. Oh well. Right, so oh, done the thing again. Right, so that goes there, that goes there. Pipeline hole, those two, and then I'll just quickly split this off, and then of course it is 6. 3. 6 there, 3 there, and that goes in there, that can go in there. It's crude and messy and it's fine. That can go into that one can go into that one. Right. Next up, water. Let's have a couple of extractors. And that's basically just going to go into the same line. Yes, of course, game. Yes, I do want it to go into that one. It's kind of the downside of this jetpack. For some reason, stuff really does like to sort of bump at the wrong moment. So you go to place something and it gets put in the wrong place. This is going to need pumps. What I would probably do actually is do this as two different connections, but it's fine for the moment. We're just laying stuff out. Just using the inline pump. It's the Mark II version of the inline pump. Does seem to do quite a good job at moving fluids. Especially uphill. I don't quite understand exactly how it all sort of works, but I throw enough pumps at it and it does do what I need it to do. So that's, yeah. So that's fine for the moment. So that's that. So with this, I can say, well, this one is going to go upstairs to the top. Like that. And this one's going to go up here. So that's going to be feeding into there. The encased... okay. So the... oh God, a lot of this stuff kind of needs to be pulled out. I've got new research. I can quickly do that. Okay, so we've got the electric motor. I'm kind of getting to the point now where a lot of the good stuff it's either I'm looking for the good stuff, but there's also quite a lot of just sort of meh stuff in here. Like, for example, I could use... oh, that is the better recipe of the two, I think, because if you got iron, then just speed up your plants. I don't know why. That would be doing 20 a minute. Technically that doubles it, but then again you need to have access to steel, and that can be a little bit tricky. So I'll take that one, and for the moment I can run a quick test to see what this is like, because I've got water running through next to it anyway. So I can quickly change this to the pure copper ingot and shove in a split there. And then so all this infrastructure will be needed anyway, depending on what I decide. to do. Where is it? Logistics. Yeah, there. Use the good stuff. Put that into there. And just wait for the water to come through. And that's now making 15 copper ingots. And we can start just collecting this stuff. Excellent. So we're going to need both of these running to do one at any sort of reasonable pace, I think. I can speed this up a bit. And I will have to do a whole bunch of maths. But one of the things that can be done is let's just speed this belt up. So when it is done, it can get in there quickly. And we've got 5 copper powder. We need a lot more for that. In fact, I'm going to move this particle accelerator over this way. About there. So I've then got the space. It's sort of out of the way, but it may also be where I leave it. Because I can do... You know what? It needs to be in a bit more. That's that. And then particle accelerator kind of goes in here. I think I can... It's there. Oh, that's actually quite... Yeah, that's all right. And then that goes nuclear pasta, and then we go... Hey, this goes down here. That out there, and then yeah, so that is going there, and then our our blender part, because that is going to be making the fused modular frame, and then we are going to be putting that through an assembler. That is going to then be making these things. Which will require some radio controlled units, which I'm making, but I'm not sifting them out, and I probably should be, because I'm going to need a whole bunch of those. But that one, I think what I'm going to do... Maybe we have this go this way. If I can get away with this. And then I can go over there. And then over here. So this mega factory is kind of a little bit more of a... There's belts going in and out. Up and down. You know, it's... I want it to look sort of somewhat messy, but also organised in a kind of, you know, bits are sort of on other bits, as it were. Oh, stop doing that. It should be an organised chaos. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. It should be sealed up completely. Ow. What happened there? I think I just accidentally tapped that, turned the jetpack off. And customizer, steel wall. Something like that, but this bit, maybe concrete. I don't know. Maybe concrete for this bit, because technically this is a wall. Then the standard sort of tiles for that, though probably coloured. Maybe sort of a little bit more of a sandy colour there. I don't know. Unsure about that one. I'm thinking more like maybe a blue or a, yeah, that sort of something that's maybe a little bit more striking. That's looking pretty good. I'd quite like to get some bits sort of sticking out a little bit more. I keep turning off my jetpack and I don't mean to. Maybe like a bit of this going on with, what on earth is, I wanted, oh, one of these. I don't think that will work, but what I could do is painted beam. None of this has any sort of function. It just, you know, a little bit of some sticky outy bits. We can do something with these walls, just too much sticky outy bit. But yeah, this all needs to be neatened up, but that's fine. And right, so that's now loading up copper powder into there. Now I can make, I might be able to make a, I should stop making crafting benches everywhere, but I just do. I can make a couple of these just for the purposes of making the first cube. I do have the ability to do that. So that's making the first pressure conversion cube, sorry, which will run that. Whether or not this will work, I don't know. In fact, I am going to put in a power switch between this grid and that one. So that if the power grid fries, which may very well be the case, I can turn this one off. But we should have enough power, I think. I've got loads of geothermal. I've got loads of battery storage as well. The consumption of these is meant to be quite high. We've got, there is a fair amount of potential capacity out there. I think it should be fine. So sulfur, I guess. Or just building up. Let's just build up some more bits and pieces. Maybe, you know, I don't particularly want to do sulfur yet. Oh, this is a different height to that. That should be fine. Can especially be fine because I can put in a. Actually, that should be alright. Because that is, yeah, that's fine. Let's bring that out to about there, and then I can have some windows in there. In fact, this could be a particularly fancier building. I could use these windows. And then fill in these gaps here. This is quite tall building, maybe, or maybe it doesn't have a roof on it. Maybe that's the way we go with this. But, you know, it has sort of maybe corner roof pieces. Like that, and then we go like that. Kind of doesn't make that bit make sense anymore, but or that bit for that matter. Unsure about that end. It's almost like this bit needs to be maybe the way that it's done is almost like sort of like a bunker type sort of was it buttresses? Maybe we can have some buttresses there. Removing all of this. And then I could do these, I'm thinking. Thinking something like this. Kind of, you know, this is a thing that's outside, is what I'm sort of going for. How's that happened? And goes all the way up there. So this is flat. Oh no. Let's do the singles. Anyway. So it's just like that, and then it sort of comes up. Probably twist this one around later and get this a little bit closer to the wall. Could also maybe do like this. Maybe not. But yeah, spinning that around later maybe. And also getting these pipes close to this wall. And in fact, let's put in a gate here so that I can easily get in from this side. So the water pipes would basically, so we've got 2 there. We could probably put in a third and then just have it somewhere around there. So what I would say is, let's have something kind of like this maybe. So it's not completely flat. That's what I'm thinking. That looks a bit weird like that. I think maybe just going to it, or it's always going to be at a bit of a strange angle, I think. I think that's probably the least egregious way of doing it. And then it also needs to put a valve on it because I don't want it to be backing up. It's fine. A little bit of a weird sort of way of doing things, but yeah, I think that'll. And then see, what I was thinking of was maybe doing something like this, where you have it sort of like that. But the problem with doing it like that, apart from the fact that, yes, there's that. I don't know if I would really get it through there and it not look kind of weird. Maybe not. Maybe this will work. It will probably look a little weird anyway. I don't know. It's starting to look a little bit like the old Windows screensaver a bit here. Suddenly all this will need to be moved backwards. Maybe a little, maybe what it needs actually is a little pumping station here. Sort of the highest point, just bring that across there. You should have a window in, and be a little bit wider. Main reason being that I think it looks a little bit better if you've got a peaked roof as opposed to having to do weird things with the flat roofs, or peak it at different heights. That's the other sort of way around it. I think that just looks a little bit better, especially then you can go in and you can say, hey, you know what, I want to have some light in here. And let's have it as a standard roof. Something like that. And then you can put in your holes, of which there will be 4. In theory, could, I guess, have like 4 aside, and then, yeah. So, this is currently a mainline run. So I can just do it like this for now. But you can also then put in the pipeline pumps here. Put in a little all outlet. That's too many. Just one of these. And then that can just be hooked up to everything in here, should we need it for anything. And I will just add a nice little window here, as well as, because it is a workshop, enough stuff to just make sure that I have everything I need here. That one goes in there, that one goes in there. I love the building system in this. It's very easy to make structures look good. And it's very quick to build a basic structure that you can then kind of look around and say, hey, you know what, actually, I think I want it with the metal roofs, which I think I do actually want it with the tile roof. I think the metal roof is going to be better for this. And I think I also want it with the steel walls for these top sections here. And now we've just got a little, just a little house with a little ramp next to this copper thing. Let's tidy that up. Also, of course, the floor is, we should just give it a nice concrete floor. There we go. That'll do. And yeah, I'll have to fix all this this later. Right, well, it's coming up to the hour now, so I think I will vacate for now. I don't think we're close to... Oh, we actually made a nuclear pasta without the... there you go. First nuclear pasta out of 100. That's not bad. That was a bit of a sneaky... I didn't even notice it, but yeah, no, that's cool. We've made our first nuclear pasta. in the new mega factory, and this factory is going to grow as time goes on. And yeah, unsure when I'll next be streaming, but we'll see on that front. But for now, I will say farewell. Just looking over my bridge, and yeah, the terrain which this is going to slowly consume. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.